Good evening, friends, acquaintances, colleagues, associates, buddies, and compadres. Welcome to another shit-hot episode of Before the Mast, a show incorporating my liver's feats of dramatic daring with episodes of my past and art of my present. I'm Aaron Burks, the guy getting you through the next couple minutes of your life. Please get me through to YouTube success by liking, sharing, and hitting that notifications bell, and telling your friends about my channel. And I know this is a huge ask, but please hit subscribe. It costs you nothing but is worth a lot to me. Then you can continue to enjoy quality content. Yes, quality content. Tonight we're going to be trying out a drink called the High Roller. And then I'll tell you the story of my first limo ride. I told my son this story just the other day, and he didn't believe me. But I assure you, dear shipmates, that this yarn is almost 100% true. But before we get lip level in that, let's head to the Laka Laka Lounge and liquidate the liquor locker. We're there. The High Roller is a simple drink, and for this drink you will need vodka, Grand Marnier, grenadine, and orange juice. You'll also need an ice-filled rocks glass, an ice-filled cocktail shaker, and a jigger. Let's go out stepping. Start with 1.5 ounces of vodka. Three-quarters of an ounce of Grand Marnier. 4.5 ounces of orange juice. Now shake it like lucky dice at a hot craps table. Strain it into your rocks glass like you're straining your bank account at Vegas casinos. Then finally, 2 or 3 dashes of grenadine. Or if you're a heathen like me and you don't have a dasher, I'd say just add about 1/4 ounce of this stuff. Pour it in right on the top. Now, you can garnish this with a cherry or an orange slice, or hell, both if you're feeling frisky. I'm just gonna pop a cherry in there. Cheers. This is basically a screwdriver with extra octane. The Grand Marnier adds a little lead to the fire. The grenadine tampers it down a little bit with a little extra sweetness. Not necessarily an exotic beverage by any means, but still good in a pinch. Cheers. I was once a high roller once. I once rode a limo. As I said before, I told my youngest son about this story the other day, and as usual, he didn't believe me. You see, every time I've tried to tell him a story of my past, he doesn't believe me, and it requires some sort of third-party verification. Normally, this is easy to come by, either through military friends or through Jess, who has either had it confirmed by military friends or was there. But because I didn't have my Liberty Buddy from November 29th, 1996 in my pocket with me, I told him he'd have to take my word for it. He rolled his eyes and asked his mom. Jess told him, well, she wasn't there on this particular adventure, that she can say that it has been her experience that all of my stories have been at least partially confirmed by outside sources. But I assure you, this story is just as true as any other I've told you, which have all been true. I graduated boot camp at Recruit Training Command, Great Lakes on November 21st, 1996, then reported directly to Naval Training Center, Great Lakes for seamanship training. The next weekend was my first Liberty. That could make this Burks's first sea story. Outside the main gate of NTC was a line of ratty, or at least what I now, a man of culture, would consider to be ratty, limos just waiting to pick up new sailors, ready to spend all that cash that they'd accumulated over the past 2 months. I think I had a grand total of about $520 in my account. It was a cheaper time. This car was decked out in red shag carpet, and at the front of the passenger interior was a little 6-inch TV. State of the art for the time. I couldn't believe it. Then once the car started moving, the driver, chauffeur, hit a button up by the steering wheel and a cover folded back to reveal a bar. He told us each drink would only add $3 a piece to our total. He didn't give a rat's ass about what our age was. He just asked if we wanted to watch TV. We said sure. Now, I was 17 and I thought we were going to end up with wholesome entertainment, such as Reading Rainbow or Nova. Tube lit up with a brief moment of static, and then we were greeted with the opening card of what appeared to be a 20-year-old indie flick called Candy Stripers. It was not wholesome. In fact, I can tell you I've been in a few hospitals in my life, and I've never, ever seen or even heard of a hospital depicted like the one in this movie. Anyway, that little 6-inch screen couldn't handle the bits that were being exhibited, so we instead focused in on the bar. New sailors have to be back on base by a certain time, and my Liberty Buddy and I were excited to get to Chicago, so we told our driver, chauffeur, via intercom with a toggle, that we would give him $20 extra to get us there as quick as possible. Well, this guy takes Jackson seriously, and like a man with a lead toe slammed the hammer down, and we started moving past all the traffic. Until, of course, we got to the city. The traffic gridlocked where it tunnels under downtown. So this guy, I swear on Elvis's immortal soul, drives up on the curb and drives between the traffic and the wall of the tunnel, doing a good 50 miles per hour, past all the standstill traffic. There we are, blowing past all that traffic in a stretched 1985 Lincoln Town Car limousine. Glasses and decanters in the bar clinked around, but by the grace of God managed not to spill my beverage. We came flying out of that tunnel like a blow dart. We literally screeched to a halt in front of the Sears Tower. At least back then that's what it was called. God only knows what they call it now. And as we got out of the limo wearing our Cracker Jacks with no rank, no ribbons, no nothing, I took a deep breath of the crisp winter air, thought to myself, I have arrived. Completely oblivious that most of the people walking down the street were probably thinking, there goes more of those damn sailor kids. The moment, of course, was finished when we had to come back to reality to split the bill, digging through our wallets on the sidewalk trying to figure out who drank more. And that's when the driver, chauffeur, informed us that the pornographic film on the tiny TV was an additional $10. Why my son chooses not to believe these things, I don't know. Roll on, high rollers.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning, put him in the longboat until he's sober. Put him in the longboat until he's sober. Put him in the longboat until he's sober. Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises.
It says here that yesterday was the first day of spring. My God. This means that from today on through October 30th, it will be a bazillion degrees in the Sacramento Valley. Hot as crap table. Do you know what this means? This means... What does this mean? Take another drink while I figure it out.